my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature, and it might be warmer where you are than where Starlight is. Today was very cold for in my area. I'm in the New York State area, the capital, the Albany area, so it is chilly willy out here today, and right now I am uploading a video at the library and outside at the same time. So this is my first time doing two things at once because I have other things I have to do. So anyway, I really hope you are getting out, especially if it's warm out. Really take advantage of that warm weather if you live in those kind of areas. And also, make sure you're working on yourself and being the change that you want to see in the world. We don't have all the time in the world. So it is so important that we really work on ourselves every day. It's like every second of the day, every minute of the hour, every day of the week, every day of the month, every month of the year. Just to keep on working on ourselves, and also to send our love out to others out in the community, especially, the ones that are close to you, like your family, friends. Do you have any friends? I hope you have some friends, but if you don't, make sure that you are your best friend. Starlight loves spending time with herself. I know my family is so amazed because really out of most of my family, I am absolutely alone. No pets here. That's really alone when you don't have even a pet with you. Where most of the people I know, they at least have a cat or a dog with them. So it is really good to, if you don't have anybody in your life, is to, to find someone, that you can align with, like that have the same interests. Starlight is still out here searching for some spirit beings that are like-minded like Starlight, and that is so hard to find, but it's not impossible. So anyway, to get on with the video because of time, if you are new to my YouTube channel, you could find me, and that is at YouTube, and that's Starlight, and that's Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can give my videos a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you could follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman. And I apologize. Starlight is way behind on Instagram and on Facebook because my situation, I have to bounce back and forth to so many libraries right now. So I do apologize, and I want to give all of you a big thank you, and I'm going to clap. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all, every single one of you. You mean a lot to me. I am always thinking about you. I mean, in the night, I'm like, I really want to be of service to all of you. So I just really want to take a few minutes and say thank you, for watching my videos, giving my videos a thumbs up, sharing them, or even subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. So tonight, I know I have not touched on this topic in a long time, and so I am going to talk about something that's not so popular, but like if any of you, or maybe you know somebody, or you never know, you might end up in this situation like Starlight is. It's about the things that you really need to be careful about and be prepared about. Being homeless, living in your car, mainly, or living out on the streets in the wintertime. That is what this video is about, is because Starlight right now, it's cold out here. There's nights that it's 20 out. I think that's the coldest, so I already had one night where my car, I don't know why, I think I kind of know why, I looked it up to find out why did my car not start up when I woke up in the morning? So I really, really, really super, have to be careful of this, because I hear a lot of people are always trying to scare me about living in my car. And you might be, Starlight, you're in your car, you're living. Some of you might not even be aware of this, if you missed out on other videos. So for those of you that don't know that, yes, I have been living in my car since October 1st till now. So almost every single night I've lived in my car. There's a few times that I've been able to stay overnight somewhere, actually some of the time I was over at somebody's house, but I slept in my car in their driveway. I was not in their house. I didn't feel safe enough to do that. I felt safer in my car, so anyway, this is for people that either might know somebody that's homeless, or you might be the homeless person. Maybe you are roughing it, or trying to save on money. It's amazing, since I've been going through this. This is not my first time, being homeless. I started out being homeless before I even turned 16, long time ago, and many other times in between. So this is the longest time that Starlight has been single, living in her vehicle in the winter months. So I am learning something all the time on what to be careful about as far as living in the car in the winter months. Like, these nights, they're thinking about there's going to be some snow showers. I have a shovel in my car. I took it apart. I do have my my snow scraper for the car, for the windows. And I don't know. Yeah. I just bought some Lac de-icer and some hand warmers. So I'll tell you what, when you are homeless, you know what Starlight buys? Exactly what she needs. It teaches me so many lessons on being thoughtful where my money goes, because that money that I do get, Starlight has found some ways of making a little bit of money on the side, and Starlight's not doing anything naughty. I know that sounded naughty, but no, Starlight is not doing anything naughty to do that. And I just recently started a job, so I've been getting money that way for gas. And the main important thing when you are homeless, especially if you have a vehicle, is to make sure your vehicle is legal, make sure your insurance is being paid on your car, because Starlight came close to, because she didn't have the money to pay for the car insurance, where, they were going to report me to the motor vehicles, and if I didn't get that money in, they would have been taking the license plate off this car, and I would have been really in a worse situation where I am now. So those are really, 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 really important things, especially if you're homeless. Living in a vehicle everything is about that car, making sure you have enough gas money, especially in the winter months. Now coming up in the winter months, it is so important, which I have not been able to do that yet, which I'm going to be working on, that is to have a full tank of gas in the wintertime. And somebody said something to me today, which I already thought about that before they even brought it up, because the one night my vehicle wouldn't start in the morning, and I think it's because I heated it up before I went to bed, and then in the middle of the night I wake up when I'm going pee. I was gonna say I'm not doing number 2 in my car. I'm sorry, but we're not doing that. But when Starlight wakes up in the middle of the morning, I sometimes, if it's pretty cool in the car, then I heat my car up for about 15 minutes or so, then I turn the car off and then go back to sleep and cover back up with my blankets and sleeping bag. So I think by turning it on and turning it off, it did something with the battery in the morning. And I did try to get somebody to jump my car at a where it was parked, and Then I got lucky where somebody's like, hey, why don't you, you never know, the car might warmed up, and why don't you just check your car and restart it, see if it works. And I was so happy because my jumping cables was buried. And when I say buried, they were buried in the back of my car. you know um well, this is an SUV. It just that it was way underneath all my stuff in the back, so that means I would have had to take everything, and I did that anyway later on that day. But Starlight got lucky, and I turned the key and the car turned on. So these are things that I have to really be careful about, is that I, think of where I park my car. And that car at this car at that night was actually in the wide open spaces, and it was in another city that I do park. But most of the time I park where there's a bridge over top of me, so it's a little bit more of a shelter, for my vehicle, for me to be where it kind of protects me from all the wind and snow and rain. Where I like parking there because I can park my car and not get hit by rain. And I have not parked there yet with when it snows. I want to see how far the snow comes in towards me. So it is so important when you are homeless, that especially in the winter time, and that you definitely make sure you have enough gas, especially if you're going to heat up the car to keep warm. And other things that you definitely want to be careful about is I have a couple of things that I plug in my lighter, and I tested one thing out one night at somebody's driveway, and it killed the battery, and that was the electric blanket that I have that you can plug into the lighter. So if you do have one of those, I bought mine years ago and it was my first time trying it. It works out great. I could not believe how warm I was when I had it on, and I had blankets on top of it, of course, to keep me extra warm, and I was really warm. But the thing is with that is that you don't want it plugged in the whole entire night. And I'm not sure, I think you might be able to have it plugged in as long as you don't have it turned on the whole night, because that can drain your battery. And the other thing that I have in my car, I don't know if I have it handy. Oh, you know what? Sorry about that. This is another thing that I have. It's a heat wave, and the air will blow right out through this hole. And this is another device that you can actually plug into your lighter. I had this long time ago because it's almost like funny, Starlight bought this stuff long time ago because I've been homeless and slept in my car other times, and it's almost like I was getting prepared for this time right now. Is that this, you can plug in your lighter too. And again, you can't keep it plugged in. I mean, like, you could keep it plugged in all night because I have done that, but you don't want it running all night because it can kill your battery. So those are two things about keeping warm. Now, not that I'm really going to need these, but these hot warmers, which I always call them hot hands or whatever, those are really good if you really needed to. If your feet got cold, you can, these are for the hands, but they still can work for your feet if you ever need them to keep your feet warm. But they're great to stick in with your mittens if it gets super cold, if you're homeless outside. And if you're homeless outside, you're really going to want to, number one is to find some shelter where you're not going to get rain and snowed on. And what I have done in the past myself, I have gone under roads where they have cement, like under a highway somewhere in town. You want to be somewhere where you can get to the stores. You really want to stay in town as much as possible. And sometimes there's parks and different areas that you can find where you can go underneath something so you're not getting rained on or snowed on, and protected from the wind. And Starlight has never been homeless outside in the wintertime, and I'm grateful for that. Believe me, it is hard enough being in the inside of my car, because that would be very hard to, stay warm when it's 0 below. But they do have I believe it's called a blue code out here, is when I think it's when it gets low as 30, I don't know, 30 something, maybe 35 or 32, then the police officers, if they do find you outside being homeless, that they will pick you up and bring you to a shelter, and they will find like a bed or something for you to lay on to get out of the cold. So, but right now it's really about getting prepared to living in your car in the winter months. And like I said, I watched a video today because I was thinking the other day, because when my car, the battery, died, I was like, ooh, I better not do that again, and that was about like I can heat up the car, before I go to bed, but it might not be the greatest idea to wake up in the middle of the night and reheat the car, unless I was going to drive around and then park the car and then go back to sleep. That might be a better plan, but that would be very tough to do in the middle of the night, because when I wake up and when I actually go to bed, I put all my stuff that was in the back seat, which is all my clothes, in a big duffel bag, that's where all my clothes is. I normally put that in my front seat, and then I put stuff in the front so I can lay in the back, before I forget, one of the most important things about living in your car is being organized. And that's what I did today. It does take time. Some people out there are waiting for Starlight, and sometimes Starlight gets a little behind because being homeless is a lot of work. I got to figure out, where am I going to get more food from? What library is open at what time so I can upload videos? Where am I going to clean up today? Because I can take a shower Monday through Friday at a place, where I can get hot water. And it's, Starlight's a Misfix-It, which when I went in this place, where you can take hot showers or get your laundry cleaned, is they had the shower heads, but they were hanging down, and you couldn't just like take a shower hands free. You actually had to hang on the shower head and try to clean up. And I'm like, I can't deal with this. I'm a bathaholic, and I'm not complaining, but it's funny how God does things. Is somebody threw electric tape in the garbage, and it was right on top, and Starlight seen that, and I'm like, wow, it's brand new electrical tape. I'm taking that baby. And so it's funny how like the universe gives Starlight things. It could be in the garbage, on the ground somewhere, and Starlight's not stupid. I've been called stupid my whole life. I'm really good at this stuff. I took that tape and fixed both of the shower heads in the women's shower room, so now we can take a shower without having to hang on the shower head. So it takes time riding around and doing all this. And then I gotta, like right now, I got work clothes on, to go to work. So, and like I said, I'm uploading a video now as I speak. And the other thing is making sure, imagine this happens, which, I thought of this before somebody mentioned this, is I have this stuff. I didn't find what I was looking for, but lock de-icer. And I thought of something today. What if Starlight gets like locked in her car because the doors don't open because the rain froze on the car? And because I've had that happen before, not that I was in the car, but I've had where it rained and then it was so cold the rain froze on top of the car. But since I'm going to be under that bridge, hopefully at that night, when it does like rain and freezing rain or whatever, and it freezes on your car, you don't want to get locked out of your car in the wintertime because of that. So Starlight already bought the stuff ahead of time. This is for the lock. I'm going to find out more what I can do with this, because they did have stuff that you could spray. I looked it up. When you can open up your door, the latches of the inside of the frame of your door, where you can spray this, it's called lock lube. I looked that up today. I'm like, I got to be prepared for this, of anything that could possibly happen in the wintertime, living in your car when it gets below zero. And in the New York State, it gets below zero. So if you have ever been homeless, or you are homeless, or this could be you one day. Maybe, you decide that I've had enough with the way society is. I'm not going to take that chip that they want to have me take. I don't want to get tracked. I'm not going to have these people control me, and I'm going to wing it, and I'm going to live in my car and F them people. That's why Starlight has prepared for this her whole life. I have been really preparing myself for the end times and all that. My whole life, because I knew stuff long time ago about like this movie called The Thief of the Night. It's an old Christian movie. I really, if you could find it, it's an old movie. I don't know who the actor is, but there's like there's four, that was the VCR tapes, but you can get them in the DVD form. But if you can find those movies, I know the other one is A Distant Thunder, but man, I'll tell you what, anytime I watch that movie, it gives me the chills. I'm like, that is not, that was a horrible movie. But it's amazing how long time ago that was, about taking a chip, or you can't, in the Bible it says about that. I think it's Revelation 13 maybe, I don't know, I can't remember what chapter that is, that no man will buy or sell, because they're going to try to control us, by getting us to take that chip. And it's already out there, that chip. And I'm not trying to scare you, but prepare you for what, like is coming down the road. That's why they want to get rid of the money. They don't want, they want to nail us which way they can. So we got to really be ahead of it all and be prepared for what is coming down, like coming up. And I don't know when when it's going to happen, but it'd be better that you get prepared for it, and you might want to go camping, learn how to go camping. I'm serious. Learn how to get your kids out, teach them how to go camping, get them prepared, look up online how to go camping. Starlight loves camping. You want to go camping? Starlight will go. I know a lot about camping and making forts, and I'm a really good firefighter. I can start a fire up really easily and quick, so those tools that you need to learn how to do that, just in case something happens, know how to do it. The other thing, like I was thinking, like I thought this today, I'm like, hey, I thought of something. If I do get locked inside my car, say if it rains and it freezes and I'm like, oh no, I can't get out of my car. Well, there's a couple things I'm thinking I can do as long as the car starts up. I believe if I start the car up and let it heat up, it might thaw out, heat up the frame of the doors. Plus, the other possibility, if this is possible, if it warms up enough in the daytime, is maybe I can roll the windows down and climb out, So I thought of that one all on my own. I did not look that up. And the last thing that you could do if you get locked in your car is to call the cops. Starlight really doesn't want to go to that extreme. Hello, yeah, this is Starlight. What's your emergency? Yeah, I am homeless and I'm at this blah 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 park, and I kind of am locked in my car. Have they ever gotten that call yet? I don't want to be the first. Yeah, this chick named Starlight out in blah blah area, in whatever car, got herself locked in because the windows all froze up on, the doors froze up on her. So you definitely, like I'm giving you this information, so if you ever get in a situation, or you're in this situation now, being homeless in the winter time, these are the things that you got to think of. The other things that I've been thinking about, Starlight's been really, what could go wrong? You got to really be prepared. You don't want to like get in a situation and not know how to look it up. The other thing that you really got to take care of as far as living in your car is to make sure you keep your phone warm. Don't let your phone freeze up. So there's things, like you can wrap your, like those hand warmers might be good, like insulated into something. Not, I wouldn't put one of those hand warmers on the phone itself, but maybe you can have like a sock, and then have the hand warmer on the outside of the sock, and then put like two socks, but then have the hand warmer and the other pair of sock, but that of course is gonna kind of be hard, but you might want to search that out anyway. But you definitely want to keep your phone warm, wrapped up somehow or another when at nighttime when you're sleeping, so it doesn't get too cold. Same with Starlight having a laptop in her car, is that you definitely want to make sure that your laptop, like Starlight has, I'm gonna find something coming up soon, is maybe sometimes they have those shopping bags, and I'm not sure if that would work or not, but they're, I do have a case for my computer, but I might want to use my other case because it's more like, it's got some like cushion like kind of stuff in there, where my other one's just kind of material. The other one might be more trying to think insulated than the other one. So like I'm gonna find me a small material, which I have something here, so all I have to do is buy another one. This is my new scarf. It's only $1.20. Oh, 35, with the tax, but wrap it up with some small material, make sure, and then you can put it in your case or whatever to keep your laptop warm. And they say if it gets really cold in the car is to not plug it in right away because it could damage your computer. So you don't want to be homeless and have your phone getting damaged. So these are things that Starlight is learning right now, and I think that's about it of the things that I really wanted to talk to about, like as far as the things that you really want to keep an eye on too as far as the winter months go. Besides I'm gonna make more videos about this, about being homeless, living in your car, because I got other stuff that I want to tell you what I've experienced, and that will be like a video of what it is like on your first 2 months of being homeless, how to prepare for it, what you should do, like how to get around. And I want to give you all the shortcuts, so you're not learning it the long way where you're like, oh, it takes you longer, where I'm going to help you step through that. I'm going to give you all the tools that I have learned, and I've known a lot of this myself. The first month is really it's a lot for the first month. The first month is kind of finding where you're gonna stay, like where you're gonna get food. Food is really important, especially if you don't have any money. You definitely want to have some food. But anyway, I don't want to get into that because of the minutes. I do love you. I really hope, I know this video is not for everyone, but really anyone could get help from this if you find yourself in this place. And you wouldn't believe this, but since I've been living in my car, there's a whole lot of other people doing the same stuff as Starlight. One night I thought I was seeing things in a guy's pickup truck, and I didn't realize he was parked like 2 cars away from me. And I was in a different location, a place that I normally don't go, and I thought I was seeing things. I thought it was the way his front chair was put forward, and I thought maybe that he put like a dummy in front of his, in the driver's seat, just so then people wouldn't try to rip, stuff off. And that's a good plan, though, is to put some kind of dummy in the driver's seat so nobody would ever break in your car. I had some mannequin heads. That would be interesting. But I thought that's what it was, but then I find out, oh my, it really is a guy. It's a guy, and he had a full mask all over, and it was all black, and it blended in so well with the chair. So it was kind of funny. I'm like, oh my. And then, another guy another night, was living in his car a couple car lengths away from where I was, but that's in a different town that I normally don't go. So So there's a lot more people out there living in their car in the wintertime. Of course, this is the worst time of living in your car in the winter times, but I hope these tips will help you. And if I definitely want to make another video soon on my first couple months to really how to get things going as far as what you should do, things, how to do things, because I've learned so much this time than what I've learned before. And anyway, I do love you. I hope you get a lot of help. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can share. You could share my videos with your family, your friends, your cat, your dog. Let's see, the crow. Oh, oh, oh. They talk to Starlight all the time. Oh. So Starlight loves, I do way better when I'm outside talking to them. I actually know crow communication. I know, you never talk to a crow first. You always wait for them to talk to you first. That's how that goes. If you talk to them, they won't talk to you. You always got to wait for them to talk first, and then you can talk back. So anyway, besides crows, is you can also you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I love you all. This is Starlight. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.